There's something especially haunting about a man who can convince himself of anything. Dutch van der Linde is that kind of man. At the start of Red Dead Redemption 2, he's charismatic, confident, full of grand dreams. But behind the speeches, behind the carefully managed image, lies something darker. This is not the story of a villain. It's the story of a man who thought he was the hero, long after he'd stopped acting like one. At the heart of Dutch psychology is a lethal combination: narcissism, idealism, and control. Together, they create a kind of charismatic cult leader energy. He doesn't need to force loyalty, he breeds it. He talks like a prophet. To the gang, he's not just a man. He's a vision, a purpose, a future. In the beginning, Dutch's ideas aren't entirely wrong. The government is corrupt. The civilization they're running from is broken. His speeches about freedom and loyalty resonate because they're rooted in truth. That's what makes him dangerous. Not that he lies, but that he believes enough of his own lies to sound convincing. Dutch thrives on illusion. He builds an identity not on who he is but on who he needs to be to maintain control. To the world, he's a romantic outlaw. To the gang, a father figure. To himself, a genius tactician whose brilliance is misunderstood. But reality doesn't bend to dreams. Plans go wrong. People die. And each time, instead of recalibrating, Dutch rationalizes. He never questions himself. He just shifts the blame. They betrayed me, he says. The plan was perfect, but they ruined it. His ego is too fragile to absorb failure. So the story gets rewritten to protect it. That's how narcissistic delusion works. It rewires memory, blurs truth, reshapes reality to protect the self-image. Dutch stops seeing people as people. They become tools, chess pieces, threats, or symbols. Arthur, who once was a son to him, becomes expendable once he challenges Dutch's vision. John is exiled. Micah, slimy, manipulative Micah, rises in favor, not because Dutch trusts him, but because Micah knows how to feed Dutch's delusions. Dutch's descent isn't just about morality. It's psychological erosion. The more reality contradicts his vision, the more violently he clings to it. That's where the madness creeps in, not in cackling insanity, but in the quiet stubbornness of a man who won't listen. Who can't listen? Who needs the dream more than the truth? This is the darker side of idealism. The side that refuses to die, even when the world around it does. Dutch is addicted to control, not through violence, but through ideology. He doesn't force you to follow. He convinces you that you want to. He sells the lie with such passion that people sacrifice themselves willingly. And like all manipulators, he uses language as a weapon. The repetition of one more score isn't just about money. It's about keeping people hooked on hope. Dutch understands the psychology of desperation. He knows how to speak to fear and loyalty at the same time. Trust me. Do you believe in me? Have I ever led you wrong? These aren't questions. They're rituals of dominance. By the end of the game, Dutch is hollowed out. The speeches still come, but there's no soul left in them. Just noise. Just defense. The man who once inspired loyalty now inspires dread. His eyes are empty. His words, unmoored from reality. The tragedy is not that Dutch changed. It's that he never could. He was always this man. The cracks were there from the start. We just didn't want to see them. Dutch van der Linde is a portrait of slow psychological decay, driven by ego, insulated by charm, and fueled by delusion. He's not just a failed leader. He's a warning. About the lies we tell ourselves. About the danger of charisma without humility. About what happens when belief outgrows truth.